right now I'm going to be doing a movie review on A Monster Calls. It was directed by J.A. Bayona. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but me and my friends were invited to go see the movie, I think like a month ago, about like December 8th we went, and we were invited by Focus Features, so thank you so much Focus Features for inviting us. And let me tell you guys, I cried from start to finish. So getting on to what the movie is about, it's again based off of the book A Monster Calls, which was one of my favorite reads of last year. It's really quick, there's illustrations in it. So what the movie and the book is about is we follow a boy named Connor O'Malley, and he's living a very difficult life. He's watching his mother deal with cancer, and it's kind of a day by day. He's watching her deteriorate, and he's doing everything that he can to make her life easier. He does the laundry, he cooks for himself, he cooks for her. He still holds on to that hope that she'll do good and this new treatment will work out, and he's always very hopeful that everything will work out for her. And also Connor is dealing with a reoccurring nightmare. He's had it every night since his mother began her treatments, and he wakes up at the same time every night. And one night he wakes up, there's a yew tree outside of his house that he always looks at, and his mom and him have like this bond about this yew tree. So one night he's looking out, and after he had a nightmare, he wakes up, looks at the yew tree, and that yew tree becomes a monster. And he goes to Connor and he says that he's going to tell him 3 stories. At the end of his 3rd story, he wants Connor to tell him Connor's story, which is Connor's nightmare. The monster wants Connor to tell him his nightmare and the truth about his nightmare. And that's what Connor is extremely afraid of. I'm not going to say what that nightmare is because that's kind of what you're finding out through the novel and the movie. Overall, this movie was amazing. It was everything that I wanted it to be. I wouldn't add anything. I think that it had things that the book didn't have, which made me kind of change my view of the ending and kind of the things throughout the movie I just didn't really think about when I was reading it, so I really liked that it added certain aspects that weren't in the book. That is all I'm going to say for my spoiler-free section of this video. So if you haven't either read the book or seen the movie, I would advise not to watch this because I'm going to talk about a lot of spoilers. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of the video, I cried from start to finish, and I did, and it was obviously because it's like a sad movie, but reading it and then seeing it actually happening is just so much more intense, I think. So that opening scene when Connor, he's like putting the laundry in, and he's making himself breakfast, and his mom comes down, and she looks so sick, and he's just like, bye mom, I'll see you later, and he just has that smile on his face. He holds that hope. And I think it's so much harder to watch someone be strong than to watch someone just break down, and so that just hit me right in the feelings. Liam Neeson as the monster, as the tree, was amazing. I love him ever since I saw him in Schindler's List, which when I watched Schindler's List I didn't even know he was in it. So when I saw him I was like, dude, I love this guy. He makes every movie great, even if it's kind of like not that great of a movie, like one he was in where he's like, I will find you and I will kill you. Like, it's not a great movie, but he made it great. He was like the face of it, and oh, it's called Taken. And so anything he's in, I love it. Him as the monster, everything that he said, and the stories, how you think when he's telling his stories, how you think they're gonna go a certain way and they go completely opposite. And what he's trying to tell Connor is there is no good guy, there is no bad guy. It's all morally gray. You know, you can be bad with good intentions, or you can be good with selfish intentions. There is no black and white to it. So Felicity Jones plays the mom, and she is an amazing actress. Ever since I saw her in The Theory of Everything I see her in, she was in Rogue One, and she's just amazing. And seeing her in that role, seeing her sick, hurt to see her like that because it looked so real, felt so real. She was just such a good mom, and she tried to hold it together for her son, and her son tried to hold it together for her. I just loved their relationship in the movie and in the book. A thing that I appreciated the movie for, and the book didn't really have, was more of a kind of relationship between Connor and the dad. The dad in the book was, I think, a lot more standoffish and selfish. He is still in the movie, but I think that they added a little bit of likeness to his character, which made the movie a little bit lighter. Whereas in the book, he was just kind of a jerk. I really did love that. And then Sigourney, I think I pronounced her name right, Sigourney Weaver, she plays the grandma. I love her. She actually looks a lot like my grandma. It's really weird, but she is in everything. She's amazing. In Avatar, that's probably one of my favorite movies that she's in. She's just great, and you first see her and you don't really like her, but you grow to like her. And I love when that happens. A scene where I cried more so than in any other scene was when Connor goes to the yew tree because the treatments for his mom are not working, and he runs to the yew tree and he's like kicking it, and he's telling the monster to wake up and give him answers, like why is his mom not helping? He needs help for his mom. And finally the monster is like, tell me how you really feel, tell me how you really feel, like screaming at him. And then Connor says, help me. He like screams, help me. He finally releases what he's been feeling, and he just wants somebody to help him, whereas he takes care of everyone. And it was just, I'm gonna cry even thinking about it, but it was such a good scene. And the boy, I have like the cast all right here because I'm horrible with names, but his name is Lewis McDougall. Lewis McDougall, you are an angel on this earth. Your acting is crazy and I feel it. Another scene that I really loved was Connor, he's bullied at school, and another fear of his is just to become nothing, for him to become invisible. And he's been bullied every day. And finally the bully's just like, it's okay, Connor, I'm not gonna bully you anymore because I don't even see you. You're invisible. And that hurt because it's like what Connor doesn't want. He doesn't want to be invisible. He wants to be seen. And it was just a very intense and emotional scene as well. At the end of the movie, this is like the big spoiler, so again, if you haven't left and you don't want to know the big spoiler, then bye. But I'm gonna like tell you guys what his dream was. So Connor's dream, or his nightmare, was that he's holding on to his mom, and he's not, you know, metaphorically, he just doesn't want his mom to die. And so he's holding on to her really tight, and it hurts him to hold on to her. And kind of holding on to her, he's losing himself. While he's holding on to her, the monster's behind him and he's like, tell me the truth, tell me the truth. And finally, Connor's just like, I want it to end. I want to let go, kind of. And so by holding on to his monster, he was able to let go of his mom, and so good. I know I'm probably missing a lot of what I loved about this movie, but it was kind of just a blur because I was literally bawling my eyes out. Like, my best friends were looking at me and I just had like tears streaming down my face. It was so emotional, but I loved it, and I can't wait to like make other people watch it while I'm with them so I can see them cry too, because it's just such a beautiful film. So again, as a book to movie adaptation, or a movie in general, 5 out of 5 stars. It got good reviews on all the, you know, like IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, as it should. If you want to go see this movie, it is out tomorrow, which is January 6th, and please go do so, especially if you read this book. I do not think you'll be disappointed. And thank you again, Focus Features, for inviting me and my friends to go see the movie. It means a lot. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.